Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your August 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. And before I get into this, go ahead, take a moment to subscribe and like this video if you care to. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. I appreciate all of the support. It is appreciated more than you know. I'm going to lay this spread down and then we will get started. Okay, let's get started with the truth bomb for you. We have, what are you teaching the world? What are you reflecting into the world? What are you putting out into the world? What are you here to express and communicate? That's going to be a good question to keep in mind in August. So let's see what else is going on. Here's the next oracle card for you. Manta Ray. A lot of healing underneath the surface. So I'm just thinking about like the way these creatures move and kind of how they live and everything. It's almost like there's a lot going on. It's just that you're not going to be able to see the full growth that you're experiencing until you get to the point where some things are already baked. So I think this is an important month for self-reflection. I think it's important to start auditing what it is that you're putting into the world, but it's something you're not necessarily going to be bearing the fruits of quite yet. Now let's see what's going on with the Sovereign Oracle. Surrender, let go of changing things outside of your control. Don't let the drive of your ego get in the way of true peace. Release the need to win. Okay, so this is also about the process I'm getting. You might be trying to like micromanage the process and instead just loosen your grip a little bit, loosen your grip on the reins, and you might find that things move and flow a little bit better. Now let's see the central energy for you this month. Queen of Pentacles. So it is going to be a work or project focused month. I'm getting that this is a great time for you to start putting new ideas out there, taking new approaches, see what sticks, see what falls away. Stand in your power when it comes to productivity and whatever it is you're able to create. I'm also getting habits coming up with this. The Queen of Pentacles is very focused on physical wellness, body health, and that is something that's coming up. So make sure you're taking care of your physical vessel this month. That's going to be important. It might mean you just need to drink some more water or get some more sleep or take a rest day. But know that listening to your body is going to be an important thing to do. And then we have the Three of Wands. This is, you're kind of weaving in some alchemy here and putting together your plan or your vision for the future. The way that I like to think about this card, because you can see it looks almost like she's building a fire, and even though that's not really what's going on, but that's kind of the way the imagery is reflecting this. And so it's about conjuring up the elemental aspects of whatever it is that you want. So maybe it's building that archetype or setting the stage for whatever you're wanting in the future. It's holding space for your manifestation to arrive. Holding that vision for yourself is going to be really important. Remember that growth is happening on the back end or on the underside of your endeavors right now. It's not going to be coming from the forefront. So you have to hold the vision first and do an internal audit of what you're creating. What you have shifting out is the Ten of Pentacles. I think you were probably in a space where you felt nice and cushy, or you felt nice and comfortable. Now, usually when I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles shift out, this is a break from comfort and moving into more unexplored, uncharted territory. It's not necessarily a new or a fresh start, because I don't see the Fool yet. It might pop up, but this is indicating more of a refinement, and the auditing piece, I think, is more important. It's not about throwing everything away. It's about identifying where are there some tweaks that you can make in order to refine the direction that you're going and make sure it's in alignment with you. Because if you're outgrowing your preferences or your ideas or your vision, that's okay. You just want to make sure that what you're doing now is in alignment with your vision, whatever that is in present time. The oncoming energy is strength, personal power, exercising the will to get it done without suffocating the situation. So surrender your need to either have it fast or have it now, and understand that it does take some perseverance regarding whatever it is you're working on. Maybe this is something that's more internally based, or maybe it's internal work, or maybe it is health focused and you're trying to step into the wholest version of yourself. It can be something like that, but you're just going to want to do what you can, understand you're powerful, but toss away anything that seems beyond your control. The outward manifestation, we have the Page of Chalices. This is about what I would call healthy naivete. We all need some of that, because when you get into adulthood, you're living your life, you've had so many experiences, the more than likely your belief systems are going to be a little bit skewed in the direction of whatever wounding you've had. The Page of Chalices reminds us that we can step away from any of the events that have made us jaded, and instead we can focus on coming from a space that's a bit more open-hearted and willing to give the benefit of the doubt. So I think you're really showing up for yourself, giving yourself a chance, giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, or the situation the benefit of the doubt, and just seeing where things are going. So that's what this is reflective of the most from what I can see. And also not ruling out a potential direction that you could go or change that you could make because you're anticipating the worst. This to me looks like you're kind of entertaining more, even if it seems scary. In the subconscious, we have the Six of Pentacles. It's going to be important for you to check in with reciprocity. Your body and your internal state is going to give you a lot of information on what exactly is good for you and what's bad for you, because that's different for everybody, right? But the Six of Pentacles is you get what you give, or you get what you are investing in. So that's where you want to kind of check in what's going on with those returns on your investments. To clarify this, I have the Nine of Pentacles. So you've done a lot of work around this already. I'm getting this probably isn't new for you, but it's just time to check in again. And I'm getting still that the bodily focus can be really, really helpful. So focusing on your physical health, what your body has to say about the information, what your body has to say about the decision, and that's going to be the best way for you to kind of navigate this whole thing. So that looks good. I think you can trust yourself a little bit more. The Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the fruits of your labor, like the work you've already put in. So you might actually have quite a lot of information on how your body feels and whether or not that's in alignment with you or not. So trust that within yourself. The advice for you this month is the Page of Pentacles. Give it a shot, give it a try. There's no harm in seeing if a new way of exploring it or a new approach is right for you. This is just about experimentation. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to burn down everything that you've built. Of course not. But this is just saying that it's safe for you to show up and try. Okay, and then external influences, we have the Lovers. I'm going to clarify this. So for some of you, maybe you're super relationship focused. This could be something that really is pushing you to nurture yourself, check in with your body along the way. This could be a big decision. The Lovers also represents decisions sometimes. Otherwise, this is like the meaningful connections in your life are going to be at the forefront of your environment. So connections are really going to pack a punch in August. It's either going to be something that you need to invest in a little bit more, or this is something that's really serving you and helping you succeed with whatever it is you've got going on. To clarify the Lovers, I have the 8 of Spring. So this is acceleration. So like the really literal, oh, this is your love life and there's forward movement in that. I would say that's probably the case more so for those of you that have been investing heavily in that part of your life, right? It might not be quite as prominent if you're not giving that area of your life any attention at all. But whatever it is around your connections or the decision that you have to make or potentially your love life, it's moving quickly. So the external is going to be moving fast, but again, it's the fruit of your labor that is still underground. Let's see the hopes and fears for you. We have the 8 of Swords, fear of being trapped or being stuck. This is all perception. Remember that there are infinite solutions, infinite potential opportunities. Everything is infinitely abundant. It's not something that you're ever stuck or confined. That's something that most of the time exists within the mind, unless you're literally confined, of course. But remember, there's a lot of things that can happen. Like, even if you can't think of a possible way for things to work out, a solution exists. That's just how the world works. And it's up to you to kind of open yourself up to that possibility. Now, this is the outcome of August. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So you've got some exhaustion happening here. It's like, oh, I just want to go to sleep. And you know, this is a lot of work, all of this evaluating and kind of calling on your personal power to move forward. Of course, it's going to be exhausting. So the 5 of Pentacles is just a reflection of that. And I think that it's something you're not going to deal with this throughout, you know, the rest of the year or anything like that. It's just, you're going to want to check in, like I said, with your body. This looks to me more like a warning, like, hey, watch yourself for burnout, watch yourself for exhaustion, watch yourself for pushing yourself too hard, and that might also be making you feel like you're stuck. So be okay with the pacing of this month because it's moving a lot faster than you realize, even if you're not able to see where your energy is going. And that's kind of the trick with manifestation as well, is you can't see it until it comes, until it's already in your space. So be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself this month. It's a good time to do that. And just know that if you need to take a break at the end of August, honor that. But let's see what's going on in this timeline. Maybe we'll get a little bit more context on what's going on with that 5 of Pentacles. I'm curious to see. So at the beginning of August, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. This is the first quarter of August, second, third, and fourth quarter. That'll be where you end the month. So in the beginning of August, we have the 8 of Cups, a change in perception, a change in what you're thinking or how you're seeing a situation. And I'm just getting that this is like the mental reset button. It's probably that you're shifting what you're thinking about, either your approach or your goals or like your long-term vision. I think there's some shifts going on there. Second quarter, we have Temperance. This is your card. Balance, equilibrium. Looking at things from a level-headed standpoint, just being really mindful of how much energy you're giving what. And the Temperance card is also about operating on an even keel, not bleeding into extremes or, you know, trying to step into absolutes. This second quarter is going to be really, really important for you to just be mindful of always and nevers or any statements like that, you're going to want to check yourself, because that's not going to help your mindset if you start falling into the trap of all or nothing, black or white, absolute. That's what can also create like an internal tug of war, and it creates gridlock. So remember, you have to open yourself up to infinite solutions, potential possibilities, and outcomes. And that'll help loosen things up and make you available for whatever it is you need. Third quarter, we have the Devil. So this is that confinement feeling. I'm getting, once again, this is a mental experience that you're having. Maybe it's just confronting limiting beliefs. It could be confronting something that's old wounding, something that is making you doubt yourself, etc., etc. So know that the Devil is here to highlight things that haven't been worked through. That's how it's looking for you in this spread and in this reading. And that is also painting a picture here. The Five of Pentacles could also be a little bit of fatigue from coming and dealing with this Devil card popping up. Not like you're battling something dark. That's absolute garbage. Don't worry about anything like that. This has to do with your internal state. This has to do with your internal world and what you're experiencing there. So just keep that in mind. This is like you're working out some bugs in the system. And then wrapping up the month of August, we have Death. Okay, so this is like the rebirth, the transition. No wonder you're tired. No wonder this card is just screaming exhaustion. And I see that as like you're healing. You having the Devil followed by Death is probably the best thing, because this indicates change. It indicates growth. And it shows that you're actually going to have a whole bunch of new sprouts pop up, rather than just combating everything that's old and worn out. So this is definitely a lot of mental shifting for you in the month of August. And I think that's something that's worth looking forward to. I see this as a big asset for you. Now let's do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to select a card that's calling to you. You can ask for guidance, ask for clarity, insight, whatever you need. Pick as few or as many cards as you'd like. Card number 1, we have the Page of Swords. Pursue the new idea, or take note of what ideas are coming up. A lot of the time, the Page of Swords likes to explore the concepts and the ideas and the perspectives. And so this is going to be a good time to experiment with all of that and really check in and see, where is your mind going? What are your thoughts around different things in terms of your approach? So you might find that this is a good time to like shift gears and look into counterpoints, look into opinions that challenge yours, look into alternative ways of doing things. Really think outside the box. Card number 2, we have the Two of Pentacles. What you say yes to is going to make you a magnet for more. What you say no to is not going to have that same effect. It's actually going to, it's kind of like saying no to something that is in alignment with you. It doesn't mean you lose that thing forever. You just have to manifest it again. If you say no to something that isn't good for you, then you're communicating, hey, I'm serious, raise the standard. So what you say yes and no to is going to be what dictates and what determines what comes next. So pay close attention to your yeses and nos. Once you do this internal audit here, what are you teaching the world? You're going to better be able to gauge what it is that you're doing with your decision making. And then card number 3, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Do the work. It is going to require effort. It's not something that is just, it's not just going to be effortless. It's something that you're going to have to surrender what you can't control, but make sure you're staying on top of your responsibilities, on top of all the stuff that you are accountable to. And by showing up for yourself and taking care of business and being really proactive, you're going to be able to tackle a lot. Or that's the solution here, is doing the work, putting in the effort first. That's going to be the best solution here. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, following me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. Don't forget, if you would like to check out the meditations that I offer, if you'd like to sharpen your intuition, I have some stuff on that as well. Don't forget to check out the podcast. The link is in the description box. And as always, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you know that I'm always available to work with you. We can do some healing, some energetic work, all that good stuff. So check that out, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.